I'm Honorable Adiola Adebayo Wasiu, a councillor representing Wasiu of Ifelodun LCDA. I've been in politics for a while, and just like as a politician, as far as you are sitting in this office, there's some certain function you are expected to perform as a councillor. Majorly 3 functions. You are expected to legislate as far as your community is concerned. You are also expected to also be a bridge, that is a link between the council and your community. And you are also expected to perform some oversight functions, like mediating in some issues that will have triggered violence within the community. Those are the 3 functions that, as a councillor, that you're expected to perform.
So aside the fact that you are a politician, what other things do you really do apart from being into politics?
Well, what I do, I use this office to act as a role model to the youth within the community. That look, for me to get to this seat, I went through a lot. So is for you to survive in life, you must be able to go through some certain stress. No matter what you are, don't look down on yourself. You can achieve anything if you believe in yourself. Before getting to this office, even as a graduate, I did a job of 3,500, and today I'm representing my ward at this local level. That tells you it is because I didn't give up. Had it been I give up, I would not be in this position. So I use that as a role model to meet with the youth and tell them, look, shun violence, focus your life, know what you are doing, and whatever you want for yourself, you'll be able to achieve it in life. That is one of the biggest things I've been able to do.
Growing up, was it really like, do you have an aspiration to become a politician growing up?
Actually, no. I don't have that intention. But at a stage, it was through a friend that he said, your nature, you like assisting people. If you go into politics, you'll be able to do that more. Because at the time, as I was growing up, I found out that I passed through this community. I grew up, my education, primary, secondary education was within this local government, and I went further for my higher institution education. So after passing through that stage, I got an employment, I started working. Then I realized most of our youth need support. So I started assisting for those that I found out that they are a bit serious. Maybe if I know that you have deficiency in your whole level, I will take time to come to me, take you through in those subjects I know you have deficiency, and also help them to get GCE forms. And for those that have their O level, I also take time to buy JAMB form to assist them and see what they can become in the future. So I've been able to do that. And at the time, so a friend and said, look, you are doing all these things, you are not running an NGO, why not go into politics? As you go into politics, all these things will even help you, and from there you'll be able to even help people more better. And I said, fine. And that's how I started. And as far as the issue of councillor is concerned, it took me about 17 years before I get to this seat. But because I didn't relent, I was focused, and I was consistent in it. I know that one day I will get there. And all those years that I've been coming out, I didn't get that seat. I did not relent. I didn't allow it to weigh me down. I still believe that one day I will get there. And I didn't take it as my primary objective. I see what I'm doing. So I was able to carry along as far as politics is concerned. So at the time when it was ripe for me, I was picked within the party, and I gained the ticket of the All Progressive Congress, and from there I emerged victorious in the election. And since then, on getting to this office, I've been able to help youth as far as I'm concerned, based on my own level, providing some youth skill acquisition program, like maybe for the ladies learning hairdressing, fashion designing. For the youth, some that want to do computer program, we enroll them, and some other programs like that. And also been able to assist in giving out GCE form and JAM form to the youth within the community, to make sure that they can really know that they can do something for themselves. They can achieve a lot without depending on anybody. And that is how I've been doing.
Thank you, sir. Sorry for the
No problem. You're welcome.
Before you actually go into executive position, have you ever been through your lifetime into any other kind of politics before?
Not really, but I would say I've been part and parcel of youth within my community. At the time, within my community, that is Alaba Oro community, I championed Alaba Youth Forum, and what we were basically into is for the development of that community without the intervention of politicians, because we find out that such association, if they come into existence, most times politicians normally hijack such association for their own favor. We kind of streamline it to make sure that it is strictly for the development of that community, and whatever kind of party you belong to, once you want to join that association, you need to put that aside and know that it is for the development of that community. And when we set that up, we've been able to liaise with some political big will within the community to make sure we fight for our community to get some certain development. At the time, I think we agitated for health center within the community, and which the government in power at that time promised they are going to do, though they failed in doing it. But now that I was in this seat as a councillor representing that community, I've also tried to put that up, and the chairman that is the number one citizen of this community has promised and is working on it. In fact, in our budget retreat, it was also mentioned, and that is one of the issues that he has at hand. And we also talk about having good road linkage, and which right from the onset of this local government they've been working on, and they've been doing that for us. But the health center is very important, and at the time we also agitated for a secondary school within our community, and which they were working on. But because of the Lagos State project, the road project, it affected the situated place for the secondary school, and we're still hoping that very soon, maybe after the completion of the road, we're still going to raise that and still push forward that project. So, and these are part of the things that we've been able to achieve before even coming into politics.
Okay, let's do a bit personal about you. Before you become a politician, how have you been to, and now that you're a politician, what are the things you find difficult then? And how have you been coping, being a public office holder, and coping as a father, as a daddy at home, as a family man at home? How have you been able to cope with these two things?
Thank you very much. You see, before being a politician, just like every other person, you want to perform some certain activity by yourself. There are some certain things you can do without considering the legal aspect of it. Maybe like going out, going to functions and all those stuff. Then outside that, but being a public office holder, there's a limit to how you attend occasions, because the way people will view it is not the way you will view it. Ordinarily, it might just be an ordinary occasion, but and you can't just go there. And even when you go there, people will be expecting a lot from you, because they believe being in that office, they believe there is much that is attached to it, even when much is not attached to it. They expect a lot from you. When you get to occasion, people expect you, when you are leaving, maybe you should dish out some certain, like give them some package, financial package and all those stuff. So ordinarily, before being a public officer, I attend occasions, go there, go to occasions, attend it, leave at any time I want. But most time these days, I choose those occasions that I want to go. I make sure that it is not just anyhow occasion, because you never even can tell who is there. And being a public figure, you see that people who want to rally around you, be around you in that kind of occasion, not because of anything, but maybe because they believe there's some kind of benefit they can get from you. Meanwhile, ordinarily it ought not to be so. So on most occasions, I do make sure I limit the kind of occasion that I attend. And outside that, being a father at home, I'm still able to manage that for being a public officer. But the pressure from the public these days is much. Sometimes it's not that easy, in the sense that even when you are down, they don't want to know, they expect a lot from you. There was a time I was on a sick bed. One of the community members just called me, want an assistant, and he expected me to do it when I was on a sick bed. I said, for God's sake, me myself, I'm down. This thing you're asking for, I cannot do it. The next thing, you can imagine the kind of statement that came out of that person. It was an insult. But being a public figure, I just take it and I said, okay, don't worry, man, I'll work on it. Despite the fact that me myself, I'm not okay. So I need to still take time, because it is my responsibility. I still need to take time to contact people. Though I'm done that, please help me do this for the purpose of this person, and they were able to do it. That kind of pressure, I did mean I'm not a public office holder. You can't pressurize me for things like that. But being a public figure, they expect you that function that you're expected to perform, you perform it, whether, no matter the contribution that you have. So that is that aspect of it that makes it to be very difficult. They expect you to be updoing at any point in time. So that is the most difficult part of it. Thank you very much.
You say a lot about the people. Okay, if I may ask you, politicians are most times saying that to live from near people, when you are in the political office, you are holding the political office, they believe you are kind of rich. How would you define your kind of politician personally?
Thank you very much. A kind of politician is the type that want to create the impression for people that they shouldn't think that all that is expected of us is money. No. The basic thing that they should be expecting from politicians are infrastructures within the community that will help to better the economy of our local government, and also have a direct effect or at the state level and at the federal level. But if, as a politician, the community expect that at any point in time that they see you, they expect you to give them money, no, it shouldn't be so. if they expect that from you, that means those responsibilities that you are expected to carry out, you will not be able to do it, because you can't be giving out money and at the same time they expect you to go ahead to do those things that is required within your community. Just I spoke about health center. If we started giving out money to the community people, those kind of projects can be put in place. So me as a person, I always like to create impression that look, it is not issue of money, but let's build our community, let's build it to the level that it can be accommodating for anybody from any part of this world to live in. They can come here, do their business and feel okay that, oh look, we are okay with this community and we are ready to work with them. So if we have that kind of environment, if we have that kind of community, it will go a long way to better the life of our youth also. Like if some kind of program is being run within the local government, let's take for example maybe like this health center I'm talking about, if it's being erected, definitely some certain people will be employed, and those people that will be employed will definitely be from the community outside, maybe the health officer or whatever. But at the lower cadre, they will need to employ people of O level standard, ND levels, and it will go a long way to help. Like of recent, the Lagos State government, this employment program was put in place, this neighborhood, and those that were employed were from this community. So those people, they benefited from what the state is doing, which is through their local government, and for God's sake, they have means of income. So those kind of people cannot come to you again to say, please, I need your assistance financially or whatever, unless it is something beyond their package. So
as a politician, what would you term as your biggest accomplishment since when you have held this office?
My biggest accomplishment is during our budget retreat, I was able to push for some capital project within my ward, and thank God today the road that is Ishoga down to Apasa, in fact so far that is the longest project, road project in our local government that has been put in place. So I think that's a good achievement. And outside that, I also made mention of this health center of 18, which we are still working on, and I believe before the end of this year that project will also be put in place. I think those kind of things are good things. And also another achievement is being able to mediate between some issue at my community, between some youth and the market women association within my ward. Ordinarily that thing will have led to a lot of violence within the community, but we were able to resolve it and everything went well. I thank God for that, and I believe it is something that's worth giving glory to God for. So thank you very much.
What would you term as the lowest point in your political career as a public office holder?
What? At the lowest point, let me just say.
So that maybe when you felt like I should have lead this one, maybe you felt insulted, maybe you just felt like, why do I become this? Why the how this position?
Yes. You see, the lowest point is in terms of finance compared to what people expect from you because of the financial constraint. Ordinarily, if you've not gotten to this office, you might be thinking, there's a lot to it. But on getting to that office, I found out that compared to where I've worked and what is expected of me before getting to this office, I found out that there is financial constraint, but much is expected of you. And because of the kind of person that I am, that I also want to do, but I found out that because, and as far as this office is concerned, you are not expected to attach any other business to it. It is against the code of conduct of a public office holder. So wanting to do more, but because of the financial constraint, I always feel depressed about that. So, but notwithstanding, I still try to do the little that I can do within my financial cost.
But let me ask you this: if you could just master something aside from what you are doing now, maybe you just want to like do something else, like you want to be the perfect person in that position, what would that thing really be?
Yeah, what it will be is making changes to the life of those I'm representing.
Now, sir, what are you mostly afraid of?
I'm afraid of having my image, that good reputation, the good way that I've built, that my parents have built for a long time, being tarnished. I'm always afraid of that. So I always make sure I do the right thing at the right time, and also make sure that I listen to people for advice.
What do you feel mostly proud of about yourself?
Well, that what I'm doing so far, I'm proud of it. That I've been able to reach out to people, and those people that I've been able to reach out to in terms of education, in terms of financial assistance, coming out, seeing them doing well in their various fields, make me happy always. So,
okay, what is that thing you will do if there is nobody there to judge you?
If there is nobody there to judge me, I'll still make sure I do the right thing. That if anybody eventually sees me, they will know that yes, I did the right thing. So
sir, how would you advise, what is your message to the community people as a public office holder? Because there is always this belief that there is a gap between an office holder and his people. What is your advice? How do you think people can reach out to you?
Yes, thank you very much. My advice to them is that if you reside within any community, your counselor is the link between you, your community, and your local council. So at any point in time, make sure you link up with them if you have any problem within that community. You shouldn't be afraid to go to them. Me, as I'm concerned, I operate an open door policy. You come here, my contact number is always I give it out to people. You can reach me for anything you need at any point in time. If it's within my reach, if it's something that I can work on, I will definitely work it out for you. And that is simple. The community shouldn't be afraid of public office holders, especially like councillors, honorable members. You are the people that elected them into that office. So they are your messenger. We are messenger to the community. So if you run away from us, then we will know what is really wrong with that community. There is no way you expect me to always go around my community on daily basis. So people have to contact me to give me information as per what is happening within my community. So, and it is only when they can reach me, it's either you come to my office or you call me on phone as regard issues, then I will know how to sort it out with the local government chairman, or if there's any other way that I can channel such issues to, I will definitely do that.
what would you advise your fellow politicians?
I would advise my fellow politicians to always be updoing, straight focused, to be focused in whatever they are doing, to be focused in making sure that their community that they are representing is a better place for all members of that community.
Okay, if you are given a contract of $100 million, how would it really? How would you think you handle it as a politician to your?
Well, at this level, as a councillor, you are a legislator, so I know you are not even experienced to even get a contract. So,
but sometimes there is always this what they call it now, where the legislators are giving some community welfare to assist their people. How would you validate
that is what I'm saying. At the local government level, you are expected to just legislate bylaws and also be a link between your community and the local government, and also to pass on some oversight function. Just like I said earlier, those oversight functions is like visiting ongoing project within your local government, and maybe mediating within associations within your community. You are not expected. It is only the chairman that have the right to do contract, give contract out and whatever. So as a councillor, I cannot get a contract. It's not possible. Even the chairman cannot even give contract to their councillor. It's not possible. So it is at the state level or at the National Assembly that they normally give them some quotas to say, okay, go to your community, do some rural development programs and whatever. So, but at the local level, as a councillor, it's not part of our duties or responsibilities to say.
Okay, sir. What do you think? Okay, what's the best childhood memory you think you can really when you were a child? What is that moment you really enjoyed that you can really speak about?
Well, those days as a childhood, I can remember vividly was when I was big part of the team, relay team for my primary school. I was very happy. I'm into athletics. We've been on it for a while. So there was a day we were training, and the person that was supposed to be the fourth man for the relay race did not show up. So I was now picked, and eventually I was the person that was to run the last race. So the third man was coming. He was in third position. He now gave me the baton, and with God's grace I came first. And since then I've been part of that relay team till we passed out. And when I got admission into secondary school, I was also part of San Conde. Was something I always remember, because it is something I did not believe I would have achieved.
Part of what I really do motivate you. I've always been victorious right from childhood.
That is
so. What is your victorious message to the Nigerian youths out there to wrap this up?
Always believe in yourself, be focused, and you shall get there.
Thank you, sir. I'm not really Wasiu about it. It's nice having you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Yeah.